Hamilton, Ontario, a city built on grit, steel, and sports. Known for its proud teams and passionate fans, one franchise has quietly endured, flying just below the radar: the Hamilton Cardinals. The city's second oldest sports franchise, with a history that spans 67 seasons, and only 7 of them winning. That's 60 years of coming up short. The Hamilton Cardinals name began as a farm team for the St. Louis Cardinals in the old Pennsylvania-Ontario-New York League. When the big league Cardinals packed up in 1956, Hamilton didn't give up on baseball. 2 years later, the Hamilton Beavers took the field in the Inter-County Baseball League. By 1960, the Cardinals' name was back. Through the years, ownership changed. So did the name. Marlins, Red Wings, Real McCoys, Thunderbirds. But just like the birds in spring, the Cardinals always returned. With just one championship to their name, way back in 1978, the history of this team is full of tough breaks and a revolving door of owners. But now, something's different.
There's no shortage of baseball fans, and yet somehow one of the great challenges in this city for a business, for a sports franchise, one of the great challenges has been the Hamilton Cardinals. They now have a new majority owner. His name is Eric Spearin. He joins me now. Eric, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
Excellent.
How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for doing this. You know, I wrote about you the other day, and I've had a number of people say since, he sounds like he's got a lot of great ideas, but my goodness, he's a brave guy.
In 2023, another new chapter was just beginning for the Hamilton Cardinals. At the center of it, 35-year-old Eric Spearin, a Hamilton native with a deep love for the city and an even deeper passion for sports. He wasn't just another businessman stepping into a team ownership role. He was a local kid who grew up on the sidelines, who knew the grit of Hamilton because he lived it.
Brantford's storied baseball team, the Brantford Red Sox, may be facing a grim financial future following years of struggles on the field and off it. The Inter-County Baseball League club are dealing with a lack of revenue and an off-season theft at its home.
So in July 2022, I was watching CHCH, and there was a story about the Brantford Red Sox talking about how they had a recent break-in. They were struggling for some funds. The light bulb kind of went off in my head. Was like, I remember the IBL. It was kind of the first time I had heard about it in a while. And then also that same week, I was on Facebook, and like in a Facebook group, somebody posted the scores of the local Hamilton teams, and the Cardinals were actually in there. And I of course, growing up in Hamilton, I remember the Cardinals. You know, if you didn't know about the Cardinals or actively sought out the team or their website, you may have not known they even existed. And then I ended up reaching out cold to the Brantford ownership group. They didn't seem to have an interest in giving up majority ownership, but I was also like, what am I doing? Like, I live 20 minutes from Brantford, but I live 10 minutes from Bernie Arbor Stadium, and I thought, why don't I call the Hamilton Cardinals? And so when I contacted them cold, I reached out to Dennis Concordia, who was the president at the time of the Hamilton Cardinals. And to my surprise, they were very much looking for somebody to take the bull by the horns, so to speak. And I came out for a game. That was actually the first time I've ever been to a Cardinals game. I don't even think I ever went to a game growing up. And Dennis kind of showed me around, and I think my biggest takeaway was I saw the infrastructure. You know, there was a concession stand set, there was a box office, there was merchandise stand. I could kind of see like the groundwork, but we had to scale it up. So I started researching the other teams in the league. I saw what the Well and Jackfish were doing, and Ryan Harrison, the owner there, just completely overhauled the game day experience, had a very professional feel. And I looked at the London Majors team and the Barrie Baycats and all these other teams in the league that were, you know, had the model right. I saw the potential. I was like, okay, that's our end goal. And I was completely sold. We were like, this is unbelievable. This could work in Hamilton. And that was kind of like the inkling of, you know, what we could become and what we are becoming.
Spearin made his name in logistics. After living in California, he built one of the fastest growing companies in the world and earned a spot on the Inc. 5000 list. He eventually returned to Hamilton, his hometown, and while business was the focus, His heart is with sports and his city. When the chance came to take over the Cardinals, he saw more than just a baseball team. He saw an opportunity to bring pride back to the city's diamond.
I think a lot of it is sometimes you have to kind of roll up your sleeves and just do things yourself, right? You know, by process of elimination, I'm picking up Quinn tonight. I felt like you got to just learn, again, every aspect of the business so you can train other people, and I've been doing that. I just try to create a brand that, you know, that I would like as a sports fan myself, right? And try to give the consumer the same expectation. So when I came in, you know, the attendance wasn't great.
If I had to guess, 50, 75 people Friday night sometimes.
It was so quiet. Like if the music was kind of low, like you'd probably hear a pin drop. Like it was quiet.
You know, there wasn't a lot of season ticket holders. There wasn't a lot of infrastructure. You know, some of the website, it wasn't, you know, properly hooked up, you know, things like that. There was no phone number to call. So I was kind of taken aback by how much we had to put in place. That was probably the biggest shocker. Was like, wow, this is really something that we need to build up, you know, really from the ground up. The first thing I did was change the logo. We were using the St. Louis Cardinals logo. Like, we had to get away from that. We need to be more modern. We had to create a brand that you could put side by side the other Hamilton sports teams, and like we would fit in. And then it was overhauling the entire game day experience and making the fans' expectations when they come through the gates that this feels like a sporting event would feel if they went, say, somewhere in the Midwest in the US and went to a minor league baseball game. We wanted that same experience. So the way the merchandise stand looks, the way the concessions are, the in-game host with Emily Thompson, the fan engagement, the giveaways, everything, that, even the TV production, the look and the feel had to be top notch. A lot of times last year I heard people say like, oh, Hamilton got a baseball team. It's like, no, we're actually the second oldest sports team in the city.
The Hamilton Cardinals compete in the Inter-County Baseball League, better known as the IBL. With 9 teams across Ontario, it's the top independent baseball league in Canada. Each club can roster up to 5 international players, while the rest of the lineup features some of the best talent in the country. Athletes with pro experience or top-tier NCAA backgrounds from south of the border.
The IBL is, in my opinion, what I call it is the mini Indy. And the mini Indy to me is, I mean, you've got college guys, you've got former pro guys, you've got guys that have aspirations to still go pro, but realistically, there isn't another league in Canada like the IBL where it's blue collar, competitive, and you can still play in front of fans. So a very unique situation where it's growing and becoming what I believe to be a destination for players.
Yeah, I remember that first game clearly. It was, you know, like a lot of new faces on the team, a lot of new people were a part of, you know, what we were trying to do.
That was pretty surreal for me. And seeing everybody in the new gear, the new uniforms, and like even the new merchandise, that was like pretty incredible.
Like the moment we warmed up, it felt different. Like it didn't feel the same. And like we had Walt on the mound, and I'm pretty sure Walt went like 6 innings. I think it was like 10 or 11 Ks or something. You just being Walt. Like I just learned that was Walt's thing.
That was the first time we got to see Walt pitch, was in Welland, that home opener. I remember watching him pitch, I was in right field, I was like, this guy, man, holy, like they're a team of good hitters, Welland, and he shoved. I remember seeing him pitch and I was like, damn, like they did a good job getting some good players out here. And Welland, you know, they have a good reputation, they're a good team, and we went down there, I believe we won 3-2. Regardless of how the rest of the season went, I think that was, like you said, a big statement game for us, right? It was, everybody knew things were changing in a lot of good ways for us, and coming out and beating, you know, one of the best teams in the league, 3-2 in a nail-biter at their home stadium was crazy. I think people were like, oh, okay, maybe Hamilton is good, right? I think that was a huge game for us, regardless of what happened after that.
I mean, really, the 2023 season, like it was an absolute roller coaster. Like we were in what you argue like first or second place for like the first 3 weeks, and then just up, down, every single day. It was, couldn't find a consistency, which obviously like that's not the best, but like honestly, it was a lot of fun though. Like
I remember coming that one of our first home games, and I was like, is there a track event going on? What are all these people doing here, you know? it was crazy. And like, sure enough, they're there to, you know, to watch the Hamilton Cardinals.
I remember my very first game at Bernie Arbor like it was yesterday. I was fairly new to this industry. This was my time to show that I can do this. This is something I want to do. I belong here. And I was so nervous. I still remember saying, "Hey everyone, it's Emily Thompson, your official game day host." And those words sound so surreal to me because, you know, when you just want a job so bad, or you have this dream and then finally it's right here in front of you and all these people are here, everything's so new, people are just getting introduced to Bernie Arbor, the new Hamilton Cardinals, me, the host, and yeah, it was truly incredible to see everybody there and everyone so engaged and so excited.
The fans in Hamilton they have your back. Like, that's one thing that is just fun to be around every single day.
Look at this crowd here back in March. Did you ever think that you would be here seeing 1,200 people in this stadium?
Yeah. I mean, when I took this job, I wouldn't have taken it without Eric. And I remember seeing a photo of 3,000 people here, and all I've ever wanted to do was be in a position where we had that many people here. So you got to win. I'm very well aware that I was hired so that we could win bowl games, and then you just build out from there. The rest of this, it's all Eric, the staff, everyone. So to say I'm surprised, no. To say I'm surprised this early, a little bit.
The fans they're a huge part in, you know, how we play, like it or not. All the training we do, things like that. Like them, you know, bringing the energy, cheering us on. It's amazing. You know, I'm not from here, and I got random people who know my name. You know, like I go talk to them after, and that's cool. That's amazing. You know, those are the people I want to show up every day and work hard for, right? You know.
I think everyone comes in here knowing that they're here for fun, they're here to support a team, and they back the team like no other. And I think that's so special within this club and just even the league. They're so passionate, and I love seeing that.
Like, it's unreal how much they play a factor in how we come out to the field is like pretty cool. That was the thing about it, which kept, I think, everybody kind of going, was no matter whether we like lost or won, it genuinely enjoyed being at the ballpark every day.
Yeah, I definitely remember at the start of the year, the nerves were there. You know, I've played hundreds, thousands of baseball games in my life. Doesn't matter what level it's at, I'm gonna get nervous. I don't know, I'm like that as a person. And so it was fun. I remember having like a bit of a quieter half for the first, I don't know, month and a bit, you know, just average hitter, nothing crazy. I remember just thinking, I was like, I can change something, you know, like something feels off in my swing, like I can't, you know. So I remember like we'd all go hit together and stuff like that, and I worked out a couple kinks. And it was like one of the first games back, like a month and a half in, I think I like finally hit a home run, whatever, hit like one or two, and I was like, oh, it feels good. Change one thing, I'm not gonna tell you what it is, you know, it's a hidden secret.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, I remember it was like a flip switch, and it was just like everything from there on out, it was like the momentum, like it just picked up. For like some games for the whole team, some games for myself, which, you know, hitting is extremely contagious. If I have the worst game, but everybody else, you know, is hitting good and we win, yeah, count me in, I love that, right? So I was excited when it kind of picked up for me. I felt like I was playing a bigger role and like, hey, I can, you know, help bring momentum, help carry momentum, right? Pick people up when they're down, like the way they pick me up.
Yeah, you know, we've had a couple talks just to remind guys about why we're here and the things that we need to do, but it really does feel like, especially as we're coming together and the chemistry that you see on the field, you actually see it off the field as well. And that's one of the keys, is that, you know what, it's genuine and the guys really do want to be around each other, and you can't replicate, you can't fake that. And that's something that championship teams want to do in what they do as well.
I think in the first half, it's always that excitement of lots of new things going on. You know, the season finally comes around, it's a whole new team, like we're all young, right? It's exciting, and the thrill of it, it's hard to not burn yourself out, right? I mean, if you thought it was gonna go perfect, yeah, that would've been nice, a little Cinderella story, but I think it was unrealistic. So I think it was good. I think it was good last year to see how good we were able to be. Like having those huge moments, I think now we have a good eye of like, hey, we can be this good. We just got to pace it out better, you know?
I think first half, we weren't thinking about anything really. Like it was just kind of go out there, loosey-goosey, flow through it, play the game. And then I think we got a little, oh man, we're like a new brand. We got the, oh, we're kind of like doing something cool right now. And then it kind of got a little bit to our heads, and then it kind of just spiraled. And then like week after week after week, we had a chance to be like, oh man, we can jump back this week. And it just like win 2, lose 1, oh, we didn't really go anywhere. And then, or lose 2, win 1, and it's like, oh no, now we're falling. And I think it just kind of just kept spiraling, and it didn't really stop until like it was too late. We just needed a little like get over that step of like, we aren't new. We're supposed to be where we are, you know? And like, I think that's something that's gonna change this year.
If the goal last year was just to win more and head in a positive direction, I'd like to say that we won on all fronts. But the fact that we were flirting with first place in what I believe to be season 1 of the Birds, how can that not be dangerous for years?
In July, the Cardinals set attendance records as over 1,300 fans poured into the stands for their mascot night. Off the field, the growth continued, from rising attendance to a stronger community presence. The organization's new direction was showing promise. And with the playoffs around the corner, it all seemed to be moving in the right direction. For a franchise used to playing in front of empty seats, it felt surreal.
Playoff time, baby. Let's go. And it's on the ground through to left field. Rounding third is Cotton. And the Cardinals are on the board 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. This one hit hard to left field a long way. It is up. It is gone. And Jacob with a monster blast to left field. 7-3 Baycats.
The very playoff run was funny. I think that, like I said, it gets hard at the end of the year sometimes. You got guys going back to school. You know, it's a long season. People are kind of getting hurt here and there. You're filling spots and all that. Anyways, you go to Barrie, and yeah, the first game, by no means a bad game. We were in it for the whole game, right? We ended up losing that one.
I remember, I don't think I was at game 1, but watching that game was kind of hard because I remember, I think we lost by 1, and I knew that was a game I could have pitched in. And I think that kind of drove me a little bit to, I got to go out here and have a good day tomorrow because kind of, we lose this, there's probably no turning back.
So the motto is find a way, whatever you can, everybody, okay? It takes everybody to win a ball game, not just the 9 guys on the field, okay? It takes the whole team to win the ball game.
As Lane Renaud drills this one deep into right field, back to the wall, it's gone into the Hamilton night! Yep. Who is this guy? 8 innings for Corbin Peters as he stomps off to his teammates. What a performance!
Way to go, guys. Excellent. Listen, it's the 2 out of 3 now. You know, so we're all square. 2 out of 3. So find a way, right? Yeah. Find a way.
Back to Barrie. My birthday, I was like, we're gonna get a win. Tyler, little birthday win for Tyler, you know, all that fun stuff. There was a good clip that I'll never forget. That was when I hit my last home run of the season. And I came around third base and the boys were all singing happy birthday. I'll never forget that. All my years of baseball, that was one of the coolest things ever. Coming around third, they were all singing it. That was unbelievable. The game didn't go, you know, our way, but I smiled thinking about that. I love that memory.
But I'm saying if we win this game,
well, I'd want to close it out on Tuesday.
I'm telling you, if we win this game, give me that day.
Wednesday?
Yeah, give me Wednesday.
Then I don't have a Tuesday starter.
We'll piece it together.
You're sure you could go Tuesday?
No, he's not going to go.
Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Jeez, that's some confidence, man. Yeah.
I hate losing. Losing is like, I've been like that since I was 5 years old. I hate losing. So if I can do anything to stop that, I'm gonna do it.
Where's it? Where? Oh, okay.
Do or die if you're the homestanding Cardinals as they host the Barrie Baycats in Game 4 of this first round IBL playoff series.
One question I'm going to ask you guys is, where else would you rather be? Right here, right now. Okay, let's do it.
Peters delivers and Rio drives this into right field. Duncan is back, he's there, and both runners will tag. The sac fly will bring home Ando, and it's 1-0 for the Baycats. And this is not a good sign here.
No, this is not. This is a trainer visit with the manager, so that's probably it for him.
Corbin Peters was just working out and looking at his forearm.
Okay, that's enough. What?
It's not good.
No, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
And Corbin Peters does not look happy that he's going to come out of this ball game. He wanted to stay in out there. He is a battler.
He dropped it, he threw it. He threw like a, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm asking him, like, when he was in the dugout, he said, I'm here, right here, so.
Okay.
Tell him that he's got to blur up right there, man. 3 days rest on 75 pitches, whatever he did. Just tell him we respect that.
Had a little bias of I did it in college, a little tendonitis. Just probably not one of my smartest decisions ever in the world to go out there for Game 4. But I don't know. Like after the first inning, I was like pretty certain. I was like, I can get through a few more. I was like, I think I'll be fine, honestly. I was like, and if it wasn't for that little shaky third, I probably would have been fine. I just didn't. I missed a couple pitches that I don't normally miss.
You go tomorrow, I'll go.
No, you.
Yes, I will. I swear. I just cramped up.
Yeah, I know, but
no, I'm fine.
we did a lot.
I'm fine.
Well, they wanted me to tell you that it took a lot of balls to go out there tonight, those guys. Those guys wanted me to tell you it took a lot of balls for you to come out here tonight and pitch on 3 days rest. So, it did take a lot of balls to do that. Appreciate it, okay?
Well, when we win this game, we're going to have to see me again.
They're a good hitting team. I can't take that away from them. I was really happy with my first outing. I was like, I probably could have walked away from it, but I mean, what type of a leader would I be if I just stepped away, right? Might as well rise and shine, try to do something cool.
Okay, that's a good sign, at least for our purposes, as Victor Plaz scoops up the ball and skies it. And Tyler Duncan is off to second base, and he's going to try to come all the way around to third. Duncan slides, and he'll work his way into third. Bernardo tattoos this one deep into left field. It's gone into the Hamilton night. Let's go.
We had this crazy game where we ended up, I think, scoring 6 or 7 runs in one inning, and then the next inning, Barry matched exactly what we did. So again, another heartbreaking loss. So yeah, it was obviously tough to lose, but I think we also knew we had a lot of work to get done in the offseason, and we were excited to kind of get started again and kind of put a bit of a reset after all those learnings in the first season.
The fight in them, they were a hard team to beat. They were in every single ball game at every point, and again, we put up a 7-shot, and they still had some fight in them, and I was, what a series, what a win, and we're just happy to move on.
I think the window is just opening for this team, where we can really do great things and be a championship team. You know, I think really soon. And if you look at other teams that have won in the past, they've always had core guys, right? So that's why it's, you know, we want you guys to come back stronger, smarter, so we can really give this thing a shot, because Eric has poured a lot of his heart and soul into this, and I think we owe it to Hamilton and we owe it to everyone that's inside this room to do it for Hamilton.
You know what? The fans love you. They absolutely love you. Like, I mean, they never gave up either. They were fantastic. So you know what? You got a good group of fans that'll come back for you next year for sure. I promise you that. because I was really happy to see that. You know, the support that the fans gave. So they're here for you guys.
I think we took lots away from it. I think we did learn from it, and I'm excited for this year too.
Going into this year, it's a different feel because I just needed 1 year to see what the league was like. And once that happened, I had a better feel of what we needed as opposed to what people were telling me I needed. So to put together a roster that I believe can compete for a championship this year that has junior guys on it without too much roster movement, got to be a mini dub in some way, shape, or form.
George and I learned a lot together last year in regards to players and the type of guys that we want to bring in and disrupting the culture. And I think we learned some hard lessons in year one, which allowed us to kind of reshape for 2024.
I feel really good about this team. It's the best team we've ever had in Hamilton. So I was telling this to Larry, the beauty of getting bounced early in the first round last year was we could start earlier on this year.
To be a Hamilton Cardinal, I don't know, it feels like family to me, honestly. Like the way I just kind of got taken in, and hanging out, and I was able to work here and work a job, work 2 different jobs here. It seems like home. Seems like home now.
What it means to me to be a Hamilton Cardinal, it means everything. I don't even think I could describe to you in one word because it's just such a dream come true. And every single day I get to live out my dream. I get to entertain people. I get to watch such talented people on the field. I get to meet new kids and families every single day. And yeah, I'm just the luckiest girl in the world.
I'm very grateful for the team. After university for me, I wasn't sure where I was going to play, what I was going to do, and sure enough, they gave me a chance, and I love everything this team stands for, the direction it's headed, and I'm so honored and grateful I get to be a part of it, kind of from the ground up, you could say.
I'm so passionate about what I do, and anything that I get myself involved in, I only do it if I'm passionate about it, because I really think the passion wins out. And yeah, the team's everything to me.
This is the best job. I love that I just get to go up and watch baseball, and I just can't wake up upset. And it's just one of those things that I can't really see myself being anywhere else in the league, all things considered, with an organization that I never played for. But my loyalty lies with the people that treat me the way that they do in Hamilton, and so I can't really complain about anything. I can't picture myself anywhere else. I love it here. I love being a Cardinal. I love being in Hamilton, and I know that that's going to reverberate through all the players that walk through our doors, and that's culture, I suppose.